So connecting and sharing data. So you know the core HR practices, right? Core HR processes, like all the functions of human resource management, that will be stored in HRIS, like human resource information system. There will be, every organization will be having human resource information system. Okay, there your all the data will be stored. So all your information related to human resource management will be stored in the human resource information system. So this will be integrated and aligned to the talent management system. Talent management system will make sure that the human resource information system is integrated and aligned to share data across the entire system for easy access. Okay. So it also makes the easy understanding of the data which is having. So data which is stored in HRIS, like your salary, employee salary, uh, all the data about employee, like his background, his education, everything which is related to human resource department, which is will be stored in human resource information system by individual employee, by department wise, again by project wise, like that. So that will be easily accessed and easily understood by talent management system. Okay. Next one is strategic hiring process. So talent management system will help us in hiring, making the better hiring process. So it integrate the tasks such as job description, tracking the applicants. Tracking means you have to make sure that the person is like whether he is employed currently or no, unemployed, uh, or he's where he's working, or those kind of things we have to tracking, and that employee, whether what kind of job portals he has applied, what kind of requirement of that employee, this information will be tracking. So when we track that employee by the help of talent management system, what will happen? It will help us in offer, making him offer, like what kind of salary he's expecting, what kind of job description or job roles he's expecting. So by looking at those information, by tracking him, so what we can do, we can offer him a job in a like he has to accept our offer, like that we can present our job offer to him. So it will streamline your hiring process. Okay, and it will reduce the time also, like you should not be having many rounds of interviews, and it will minimize those efforts for the human resource management. Next one is improved onboarding experience. Okay, an organized and efficient approach it is. So it is achievable when talent and management system is there. Okay, so what we'll do is we create employee profiles which will hold the information and data about everything about that employee. Okay, so what is this everything about employee, how this information, like before recruiting any employee will have his from date of birth to his personal information, like married, unmarried, how many siblings are there, how many dependents are there, okay, what is his investment levels, where and all he has invested, his health condition, everything we will collect. Okay, so those information will be stored in his every employee's profile. Okay, so what we will do, this profile, this information which we collected in a hard copy resume or through email or any other digital using any other digital product, we collect this information from the candidate who is applying for the job, right? So we'll store this information. If that candidate gets selected and start working at your organization, we collect that that collected information will be stored in his profile. Okay, with that, the profile will be having other information related to when he starts the work from date of joining to end of his date and the settlement of his salary of that employee. Everything will be stored. Okay. Uh, Next is retain top talent. Okay, this we have talked much about this. Then how talent management will help the retaining the talent. It will help the organization. mm, just a second. It will help the organization in retaining the employees. Talent management system will help the organization in retaining the employees. Once you have, the best employees, the best talent, you can say, once we have this, just a second, some technical issues sometimes. Okay, once your profile is ready of your employee, okay, you have stored each and every information about the employee, like his skill set, his goals, his career aspiration. So what we can make is, by using the talent management system, we can easily track his track his performance. Okay. So this the performance appraisal also, it will help by tracking his performance. What we can make is, so we can analyze it, his performance, and we can you can suggest them for a training or a development or succession planning and mentoring. For that kind of thing, we can help, that will help us. Okay, next one is employee development. Okay, so employee learning and development is very important. In the last slide also we were discussing about this. So what HR team will do is, it will enable employees to take some development skills, some training programs, some exams for professional developments. So they will coach for it. They will assign you mentors uh, and everything. So that the employee can develop and he can become an asset to the organization. Okay. So this will be made sure by the talent management system because they have this data. Okay. Next one is improved employee satisfaction. So how we can satisfy the employee by talent management system? So by talent management system, so by engaging the employee, right? So giving him roles, responsibilities, authority, okay, and mm, which is empowers the employee and interact with the employee's professional career progression. So and aligning your business code with the employee goal. So these kind of things will be helpful from the talent management system. Okay. So this is about benefits of talent management system. Next one is improved employee manager engagement. So what happens? A manager and employee now they work as a team. Okay, so they both will be develop a cordial cultural relationship, so that wherever the that attachment of work will be like this organization belongs to me, this team is my team. That kind of feeling will be developed by giving a good culture, work culture, and a positive criticism. So these are the examples, like this talent management system will help to integrate the managers and employee like socially, making. So we have discussed about the benefits. Okay, those are connecting and sharing data. So talent management system will help us in integrating the different departments and integrating the human resource activity, and the sharing when you have a profile about every individual, okay, then the sharing of that data for any kind of decisions, like it might be a training and development decision, or it might be a recruitment decision, or it might be a performance appraisal related strategy. Like, so your hiring process will be streamlined with the help of talent management system. Correct? In the last class we were talking about how the talent management system will help us in tracking down in the candidate, okay, and having his data will help us in any kind of decision making. Next one is improved on boarding experiences, right? Next is retaining the talent, employee development, improved employee satisfaction. So these are the benefits where, when we have a individual's data from point A to point Z, uh, from beginning to end, the each data when the candidate had applied in your organization to till the date of his retirement, or the person if he's quitting the organization till that date, and if he's quitting the organization post related date, or post to that period of data also will be having in our HRMS. Okay, so that will help and re-pursuing him into the our organization, also creating for some kind of strategies, less the information about our exit interviews and all, which will help us in identifying the reasons for why he's leaving the organization. What could be we do to retain the again we can retain the employees, and we can minimize the uh, this talent uh, shifting, right? So many the employee development related decisions we can take by the help of talent management system. And just a second. Uh, and improved employee satisfaction. So because we have the every data, so we can identify the skills which is required, or a motivation level, or the payment package we are providing. So every bit of a data is available with us. So with a related strategy, we are modifying to satisfy the and to understand the dissatisfaction level and of a different employee at a different point of time, and we can by formulating the our policies, we can make sure that the employee is happy in our organization by creating some social or cultural uh, workable ethical environment in the organization. Okay. Next, moving forward, we are going to discuss about challenges of uh, talent management system. Okay. So what are the challenges of this talent management system? So it is not like that the talent management system is like it comes up foolproof. It is also having certain kind of opportunities and challenges in the environment, right? So we can see that many graduates are coming out of universities and colleges. So there is a huge amount of students who are graduating every year from various universities and college across the globe. Uh, like these all are providing graduates or postgraduates or people from a professional courses, but these all are can they fit into the industry, right? That is very important. Okay, so churning out of students from the universities or college is huge number. But how many of them are actually employable is a questionable thing, right? How many of them are really skilled to fit exactly after the graduation, exactly after coming out of any universities, colleges or professional institution, right? That is an important thing. So when you go for a recruitment thing, you see that there is a pool, a bigger pool of candidates available for a particular job, but how many of them are employable is very important. It becomes like there is no shortage of a professional in the globe, but there is a shortage of talented professional in the globe. So we have to pick, any organization would like to pick the person who is a talented professional. Okay, say for example, B schools are, they are a huge number of MBA graduates are coming out every year in countries like India, America, and all. So how many of them are ready to fit into the job, right? So companies has to hugely invest on their training and development after the recruitment, right? So this is again a pain for any organization, so that because they recruit you as a B school graduate, but there will be a huge difference of skills required and skill acquired in the skills acquired from the base school and skills required in the industry. So there is a mismatch. That's why the recruitment talent management system is facing that. Even though you're streamlining the recruitment by using many digital platforms, by collecting data and keeping updation of every person in the data, but if you don't have a people, you have a pool of people who are willing to join your organization, but you don't have a people who can match your requirement of the organization. So that's why they always pick the person who is professional but a talented professional. Okay, not every professional is a talented professional. Okay, so this is a challenge in out of this many huge pool of people, how to pick the talented professional, to identify the talented professional. So this, if you see here the figure, you can see that the population is getting older. Okay, so they have unlike in Japan, these are the countries, US and all, these are the countries who have very aged population. Okay, so the countries where like India and all, we are aging now, like we are the young countries. Okay, so we have this demographical difference across the globe, like already aged population and aging population, and still a growing population. So this is like the other countries, we cannot hide from these countries because they are less than they have very less education background, you may say. So your demography is a major challenge in talent management system, right? So if you have a aged people, but there is a skills and unskilled and semi-skills laborer category, you will have to divide, right? If you have a youngsters, the countries like India and all, there comes the education level, okay, their talent, their skill set, that again differs, right? So countries like US and many European countries have their again they have their own set of problem. So their problem is their population is getting older, like they are facing the aging population. So this aging population, how it will affect, madam? So this aging population, what happens if you have a too much of older people in your organization, like more than 50 and all, in the few years or in few days, they will be getting retired. So when they are getting retired means you have to fill up those positions, right? Top positions. So usually this aged people will be having experience. They'll be in the key position or in the top positions generally, right? Not like startups I'm talking about. So this top position should be filled by the again other replacements, right? So your country should be your company should be ready to fill up those positions. You have to do such a kind of development activities, training activities, so sustainability development, succession planning, you say that. So occupying the roles in the future, right? Developing countries like Asian countries are young countries, right? But the quality of education is questionable here. Like India, Pakistan, and all, they have the population which is a young population, but the quality of education, the skill level, okay, is questionable here. Okay, we may get a cheaper labor in assembling garments factory, textile industry. Those kind of labors will be easily available. But when you talk about a professionalism, so there comes a lack of talent in this Asian countries. So these are the some kind of opportunities and challenges that talent management in any organization has to face today in global scenario. Okay, the measure will be uh, the professional are huge, abundantly available, but in identifying who is a talented professional is one challenge. The another challenge is that demographical challenge. They have to face the demographical challenge, whether it is in a global level or in a local context. Also, if you talk about the demographical challenge, will always be a remain in a constant in a global economy or a local economy. Okay. Let us discuss one by one in detail that what would be the challenges of talent management system. Okay. The first challenge I have given here, or opportunities or a challenge, is recruiting the right talent. Okay. Uh, Now, in recent past, the economy was doing well in the global, but when the economy is in a downturn, the job cuts will be faced globally. Maybe now, like from past March to 2020, what the situation is probing in the globe, so that might result in a kind of economical crunch, you can say. So in that situation, there have to be the world has to say the economic downturn, and job cuts is the challenge now. So those who are most important in an organization, so those candidates would be retained, or hook or crook, what organization will try to do, the talented people should they will try to retain, and they try to only recruit the talented professional out of the bundle of professional available in the outside pool, right? Then so this shuffles, like the people are quitting organization, or you are removing people from the unrequired people from your organization. It becomes necessary when your economy is your country's economies or global economy is going down toward, so downsizing is an becomes an important aspect for the organization for the cost cutting strategy. So okay, so this may lead to huge shuffles in the top leadership positions also. Okay. So there might be a crisis in the organization, like who will be a person who could be fit to a leadership position, a manager position, or a key position in an organization, or whom should be recruit from the outside to a key person in the organization. So that becomes a major challenge. Okay. uh, so whom to get on board in our organization. Mm, but we have to think here about the cost and the uh, important thing that whoever we are recruiting, that person should be a right fit to the job. Okay, so it is not like there are many professional available in the cheaper cost. The fresh talents, we can hire them. If the fresh talent cannot take a leadership positions in the crisis situation, and it will become a again it will turn to a kind of chaos in any organization. So that is one important challenge in the uh, organization. Next one is training and developing of talent. Okay, always this part is involve the huge cost. So now people are in the organization, what they are preferring, in the kind of economic crisis, what they prefer is they try to hire the part-timers or temporary workers and try to manage the cost cutting with that. So training and development is also a major cost involvement, where you have to, if you have a permanent employees in your organization, you have to think about the training. Okay, after recruitment, if you're recruiting a fresh talent, okay, from the available your candidates, so you have to train that candidate, and the people who are inside the organization who want to pursue the leadership positions, they have to develop them. So this is one of the challenge where you know uh, people are working on the project basis, contractual basis. Part-timers, temporary workers would be replaced with the people who are instead of wasting the time and cost in training and development activity. So if you come up with a new project, the organization are preferring hiring a temporary project manager from the outside, uh, so that after that project is over, we would pay him a nice package and we would send him, right? We need not to accommodate him and to position him in a permanently in our organization, right? So because of the cost cutting thing, the training and development activity would become a major challenge. Okay, if you have a completely people who are like you have a profiles of people who are completely talented, yeah, in our organization, so there is a mismatch between the performance and the standard performance. Again, you have to train them, and you have to, when the aging people are retiring from or quitting from their job, then you have to develop the existing people in your organization and try to fill up the position which is vacant in the leadership positions which are getting vacated. You have to make them ready, right? So that is a huge time and cost involvement which is having that requires from the organization. Okay, this is one of the major challenge. Okay, we have talked about training and development in elements of the talent and knowledge management also. You can go through this video, how the talent management will help in training and development also. So the next thing is retaining of talent. We have talked about it, this retaining of talent too much. So the focus is reducing the overheads in the employee, like as in a manufacturing industry, the skilled and semi-skilled labors where it is required, we may say that that labor overheads, what we talk about labor cost, would be reduced by like I was saying, with the temporary or based employees, workers, right? But for key positions, project heads, project leaders, or we can freelancers, we can recruit them for a particular project, and when the project is over, we can the contract would be end with that particular leader or a project manager. That kind of things are happening with the freelancers. They will organizations are giving freelancer manager or project managers and all. They're recruiting small firms which are carrying out the projects and all. So it's better for them to, it is it is a cheapest way, a cost cutting way for them to carry out their business like this. So how this retaining of talent and existing talent will become a challenge. Okay, uh, so there would be the people who would be looking for a good opportunity outside the organization. um, you can retain them by providing various kind of benefits, monetary, non-monetary benefits, providing a good culture, providing a freedom, providing a freedom for research, freedom for expression of ideas. So all those things we have already discussed in previous classes. So we can retain the existing employees, right? Who are looking for a better opportunity, we could make them realize that our organization is a better place to work for them, and it would make their career develop. It make them to develop their career also. But think about in a demographical change, what would be the people who are getting retired, right? We cannot retain them. They have to get retired according to their age or their health conditions, maybe sometimes VRS. So these type of people, we cannot retain them, right? Because we were talking about aging populations, like countries like US, some European countries, they are facing the major challenges. Their talented key positions are aged people. They are in a verge of retirement. They have to fit. They have to find the people who can fit to those leadership positions, right? So for them, it has become a challenge for any organization to retain. We cannot retain that talent, so we have to replace the talent, right? So that is one of the major challenge. Next one is developing leadership talent. Okay, so we're talking about training and development in that also. So leadership, one, it will be we know about leadership, right? We have studied a lot about leadership. So when crisis happens, a leader emerges in the organization. In any in a society also, when crisis happens, a leader emerges, like Gandhi emerged in the crisis for the freedom, right? Example. Like that, likewise in the organization also, when crisis happen, a leader will emerge, right? So that means that we have to wait for the crisis situation to make a leader to emerge in organization? No, right? So we have to make a continue efforts in developing the leadership talent. So that's why we do the succession planning, right? So we are making a person to achieve his objective, the organizational objective, achieve his, make his dream come true. If he joined as an assistant in the organization, we have to train him, develop him, fit him in an positions where he dreamt when he was joining the organization, right? So this developing leadership is an like achieving the goals of an individual with the goals of the organization, right? So we have to identify the every individual who is joining the organization could not reach to that level. The person who can give his highest potential performance could reach this level. Okay, who can be competitive advantage to the organization, that person could become a leader, right? So we have to identify the, people from within the organization who should on whom we can invest our time, cost, to make him a leader, right? So first we have to identify, right? So this identification is a critical talent management challenge. So how to identify the people within the organization so that they are with the help of succession planning, we could make them to fit into the leadership position, right? Next one is creating a talented ethical culture, right? Many organizations fail to do it. They think only about retaining, developing, training of the talent. But talent would not retain if you're not providing an ethical environment to them. A good work culture, like I was we were talking about how in a retaining strategy, like how social bonding could help the people in retaining in the organization. A manager and a employee relationship, communication level, okay, flow of communication from top to bottom, bottom to top, and socializing outside the organization, like team lunch, team dinners, okay, some parties, some sports activities outside the organization, and importantly transparency in the promotion, transfers, in reward system. Okay, so reducing the complexity between the hierarchy in communication, or complexity of work culture, open reward system, okay, close negative criticism, and appreciation of good work. So these all will create a good ethical culture, especially transparency in rewarding and awarding, and providing opportunity for each individual to show their talent. Okay. And developing a social culture or social bonding within the organization, having open communication. Okay, these all create the ethical culture in the organization. So this will make the person to retain and make him bond in between the organization, and self belongingness will happen. Because of this self belongingness, you know uh, he will stay back in your organization. He would give his 100%, and he would seek for the leadership position in the organization. Okay, so the creating ethical culture would be a major challenge. It is not easy to become a transparent, ethical, fair in all the practices of performance appraisal, rewarding, okay, selection, recruitment, and everything. Okay, next one is talent management cost. Okay, so your talent management system includes a huge fund to implement the talent management system. Training and development includes the huge fund. Recruitment includes the huge fund. Everywhere it is a related to a cost, right? So when we are talking about talent management system or a talent management uh, uh, in the organization, that involves the cost to a human resource department, that is a pain in again to a finance department. So this has to be, cost has to be reduced everywhere possible. Like we were talking about the strategies like outsourcing a project to a smaller firms who can handle, or recruiting temporary employees for a particular project. There we could save the cost, right? Or instead of developing, recruiting a new hiree and develop fitting, making the training him and developing him to fit into leadership position, we can have an succession planning properly, and we can make our own people to fit into a leadership positions, right? So this all how we can manage the uh, talent management cost, reduce the cost, and help the talent management system to perform more accurately and efficiently. This will help uh, the entire human resource department. Indeed, it will help the entire organization to sustain itself in the any kind of global crisis, which is very much applicable in this current scenario. In past few months, what we are seeing, right? This is about today's class. I hope you are understanding and following me. Thank you for listening to me.